Testing, testing. Oh, hey guys, welcome back to another video. My name is Timothy Sparks, and today I'm going to show you how to choose a VPN with a flowchart. This is the most visual way to pick a VPN. I've made it extremely easy, and I probably spent about 30 minutes making this flowchart. So yeah, pretty good, right? Anyways, guys, if you like this flowchart, you find it helpful, all the links for these VPNs described in this video will be in the description down below. There'll probably be promo codes, and usually if you do click on the link, you'll activate some sort of deal going on with that VPN provider at any given day. So make sure to check that out if you want to help support this video. This video is not sponsored by any VPN. These are VPNs I've tested and used myself and daily drive for the most part. I only use like one of these VPNs, but all of them I've tested exclusively here, or extensively, not exclusively, extensively here on the channel for the last 7 years. So keep that in mind while going forward in this video. All right, guys, so let's go ahead and show you this flow chart if you're still trying to figure out how to choose a VPN. So first up, guys, we have the first question. And now my shorts are kind of riding up a bit and getting uncomfortable. But let's get back to the video now. Now, question number 1, are you on a budget? Yes or no? So this depends on you. How much budget do you have per month for another subscription online service? Do you want to pay $5 a month? I would say you're probably on a budget. Do you want to buy a year subscription at once for around $30? You're probably on a budget. Do you have $10 or more per month, or maybe $100 per year? Then maybe you're not on a budget. So that is really what it comes down to. If you are on a budget, let's assume you are. So you're going to say yes. Now we're going to move down to this section here. Do you want to unblock Netflix? Are you interested in watching various Netflix locations? Now, you can use any VPN with Netflix, but you're only going to be able to see Netflix originals. If you want to see specific content to the USA, specific content to other areas like Japan, Germany, or any of those other places, you are going to want to select yes here. However, if you are using a VPN to torrent Linux ISOs, general anonymity, general privacy, then for the most part, you're going to select no. And where does that take you? Well, if you take it here, it takes you to TorGuard. So it's one of the best budget VPNs. And if you really don't need to use streaming compatibility, in my opinion, it's excellent. It's very fast as well. A great team, a great Discord community. Overall, very solid. Like I said, we also have discount code for TorGuard. TomSpark 2023 should give you 50% off, making it one of the best budget-friendly VPNs around. But let's say, going back here, if you're on a budget, but you still want to unblock Netflix, well, you could follow this little thing here, and this will take you to the unblock Netflix area. So if you do want to unblock Netflix and other streaming services as well, and you want to unblock extra regions, well, you're going to want to select yes. So we're going to go to yes. I don't even know, well, yeah, we could just kind of delete this, I guess. We don't really need it. So if you're going to select yes, it kind of depends on what you want. Do you want to unblock Netflix with dedicated IPs? These are unique IPs sold only to you, which is good for some people. If you want to have these specific IPs, it can be very useful for unblocking captchas and stuff like that. If you just want like 2 regions, this is a good way to do it. But if you don't want to have to use dedicated IPs, you want just more of a flexible solution that works natively, then you're probably going to not want to go the dedicated IP method. It kind of depends on you. Some people like to use dedicated IPs, some don't. Like I said, they can be useful for unblocking captchas, and they have the reliability of using 2 IPs or something like that, which are pretty reliable and don't have problems that often. So if you do want the dedicated IP method, we're going to go back to TorGuard, because TorGuard does sell a streaming bundle. I think code Netflix should give you 50% off their streaming bundle. It's going to be TorGuard's core package with those streaming IPs. But anyway, let's go back up to here. So if you want to unblock Netflix, yes, but you don't want to use a dedicated IP method, you have a couple different options. Do you want more streaming regions? Like some VPNs have like 15 or 20 areas they work with. So you can watch the Japanese version of Netflix, the German version of Netflix, the Russian version of Netflix, the Canadian version of Netflix. All these different regions you can connect to have different shows and content. So you can really expand your library, especially if you're looking for a specific title. So that is what this little box is for. However, if you still want to unblock Netflix, but maybe you don't want all these extra areas, you just want some extra good areas and some flexibility, But you also want better privacy practices. Maybe you don't want trackers on the website. Maybe you don't necessarily want like you want the VPN to be more focused on privacy as well. When it comes to like the back end stuff, maybe you don't want them using Google Analytics. You're a little paranoid, and that's what this box is for. So depending on which one you want. So if you want those better privacy practices, we're going to assume that for now. We're going to go down and we're going to have this question again. Are you on a budget? If you select yes, I would recommend Hide.me. I'll have a link in the description down below. If you click on that link, it will get you a pretty good deal on 3 years, one of the best deals. However, if you're not on a budget, I would actually recommend Proton. Proton feels a little bit more premium than Hide.me in some ways. It has just as good as transparency in some ways. It's open source and audited. Hide.me is not open source, but it is audited. Proton, it's a little more expensive than Hide.me, which is why we have this question. But I do think the speeds are a little bit better. I'll also have a link for Proton in the description too, if you want to check that out. Both of these VPNs actually offer free plans as well to test out. However, the free plans are so limited, I wouldn't really recommend most people to use them. I would just go for the paid model since they're much better and not limited at all. All right, guys, so now let's go ahead and go back up here again. Now, if you wanted the most streaming regions ever, you might want to go for something like Nord. Now, Nord is not the perfect VPN, especially in terms of the transparency and privacy practices. They could have less trackers on their website. They could do less marketing. They could overall just be a little bit more similar to Proton in that aspect. But it does work really, really well for streaming compatibility, whether you're using some kind of proxy network, residential proxy network, I don't know. Simply said, it is the best VPN for streaming around. Click on the link in the description down below for Nord if you want to check that out. It should activate the best current ongoing deal. But it is the VPN I recommend for the best streaming compatibility. Now, overall, that's kind of gotten us to a lot of our products here overall. We could kind of look at the flowchart in its totality. So we have kind of that budget option. You know, if you're not on a budget, you're going to go down to this route and you're going to kind of end up in one of these ones as well. TorGuard is a budget option and it works really good with streaming if you want to use the dedicated IP method. However, these other VPNs are good outside of that. If you're looking for something that is really good for streaming and it has good privacy practices, check out Proton. However, if you want something a little bit cheaper, but also has good streaming and privacy practices, check out Hide.me. Lastly, if you don't care too much about privacy practices, complete strictness, but you want the best streaming, check out Nord and TorGuard as well. Anyways, guys, I hope that made sense. Probably one of the more visual ways you've ever seen someone help you pick a VPN. And like I said, if you like this video, there'll be links in the description down below for all these VPNs, and they should activate the best current ongoing deal. Anyways, guys, thanks for checking out this video, and I'll see you again very soon.